This is going to be our makeshift gate valve, okay? On the side of your truck on the steamer port, that gate valve that's on there, it's the same setup. It's just a smaller version with a 65 mil connection. Okay, so we pull up. Okay, I wouldn't have that set right now. My bag of equipment, my hose. My hose. I grab my equipment. I grab my hose off my truck. Set down the bag. I wrap around, place it under, and I step on it, and I yell at the guy to drive. Okay, so he starts driving and hose gets laid down. As soon as I stop feeling a pull on this, I unwrap it. Okay, I may need to use my hydrant key. This isn't the key, it's obviously the pipe wrench, but my key for today. I may have to use it to loosen this cap. Okay? Okay, I take my cap off. I hook up to here, okay? And then I turn, okay? I might want to turn in the right direction because this is open. Most of your hydrants will indicate the direction that it opens, okay? It's no different than any other. Lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. So I open this up, I crack it so that I flush this hydrant, okay? I don't know.
Hydrants are brass?
Can be, yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fucking no go or rip off all the fucking hydrants.
Chances are this is cast iron, and only the connections are brass. Okay, so now I crack my hydrant until water starts to flow out of here. What I'm doing is flushing my hydrant.
Getting all the drugs out.
You may have shit stuffed in there by people, and trust me, in this city, people get the caps off somehow, and sometimes stuff shit in here. Okay, so I crack it, I flush it. Or if the system hasn't been used in a while, flooding water is going to be around. Okay? Just remember, anything that's coming out of here is going into your truck. Okay? So if you've got gravel and stuff that's been built up in here or happens to move through the system and come through here, that's going through the pump. It's not good. Okay? On your intakes on your pump, you'll have a screen to stop bigger pieces. Technically, anything that can pass through the screens on your intakes should be able to pass through your impeller. The problem is where is it going to end up?
In
your nozzle. Okay, so if it's not small enough to pass out of your nozzle, it's going to start to plug up your nozzle. Give your hydrant a flush. We shut it down. Okay, then we take our storts and we take it and we hook up. Okay, if it's storts, it's just going to be a third or a quarter turn. If it's threaded, we got to thread it on. So that's hooked up. We're ready to go. I make sure that my hose is not going up into my hose bed. Because if I open this up and I start sending water down my highball hose and it's still up in the bed of the truck, guess what's charging? Your whole hose bed. Okay? So you want to make sure that the connection closest to or the next one on the truck gets pulled off, broken, and attached to the intake. Okay, so my highball hose, my 4-inch, should attach to my hydrant, and it should come either to that side to be connected, or to the other side to be connected, if you've got hookups on both sides. The transverse panel is nice, because I can see out of both sides. If I've got a side-mounted pump panel, it's usually on the driver's side. It's outside the cab, and all my levers and stuff are on the side of the truck. Okay, so if that's what you have, that's the style of pump, that's where I would hook my hose up to. Because then I know it's hooked up. Okay, do I have a rear intake? No, I don't. Some trucks do have rear intakes.
I think that's a rear intake, isn't it? It's
That's a rear tank fill.
Okay.
I wouldn't want to use that for supplying.
Okay.
Because that's going right to my tank, and then it's got to go through that tank to pump pipe. Okay, I would rather just bypass that and go right to my side steamer port. That way it's going right to my impeller, right into my pump. Okay, so you got to make sure that that connection is made, or if it isn't made, somebody has come out and put a hose clamp on. Okay, having this hose clamped allows the hydrant guy to do all his work and send water whenever he's ready. Okay, because then I'm at the clamp. It gets stopped here. Doesn't matter whether I'm still hooked up here. The water will stop at the clamp. That way, I'm free to come help my pump operator with that, whatever he needs, pull out the rest, break my connection here, bring it around, and hook it up here. Okay? So let's pretend we've got hose running all the way to the truck.
But like in real life, you're gonna be, you know, you could be a lot farther away than this.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
you're saying you gotta, sorry, hook it up and everything. Don't charge it. Run all the way there. Help your buddy out, and then run back to.
No, use the hydrant.
That's where you radio.
Okay. Right.
Pump operator, are you ready for water? Or pump operator, this is hydrant, are you ready for water? And he comes back. Hydrants, pump operator, send me water. Right on. This is hooked up. Okay? So this is hooked up, ready to go. I take 65 mil cap off the side, and I hook up my, what we're going to call our hydrant gate for now, seeing as we don't have one.
Would it look similar or?
Would it look similar to this? No, it looks exactly the same as what you've got on the side of your truck.
Okay.
Okay? So this is my makeshift hydrant gate. Make sure all those are closed. What a hydrant gate allows me to do, okay? It'll have this 65 mil connection to attach here, and it'll have a 65 mil male end on here with a housing with the gate valve that I can open and close. I want to close it, okay? That way, if I need more water at the truck, I can hook up a 65 mil here and attach it to a 65 mil intake on the truck. Crack that open and I'm going to get more water to my truck without shutting down my hydrant. Yeah. If I don't have a valve here, I've got to shut my hydrant down, hook up a hose, get it connected to the truck, and then open it again.
Are you talking about having your 4-inch and a 6.5 to the truck at the same time?
I can.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I would prefer to have a gate valve. It gives me that option. If I've got a good strong water supply and I need more water, hooking up a 65 mil adds quite a bit of water for me.
Okay, but that's got to be done, like you got to put that valve on with the hydrant off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
That's in your bag.
So I've opened it and flushed it,
Yeah.
shut it down, hooked up my high vol hose, I hook up my gate. I don't have to have a hose to it yet,
Right.
but I've got the gate there. Okay? If I don't use the gate, no big deal.
Right.
If I need it,
You got it.
I've got it. Okay? So gate valve is hooked up and I make sure that it's tilted out of the way. Because some of them will stick up high enough with that hand crank that if I want to do this,
You're screwed, man.
I've got to take it up, reset it, take it up. So I always put it on an angle so that I can just freewheel with this one. Okay? So that's all hooked up. I got my gate valve there. Don't have any hose on. This is all hooked up. I got my 4-inch storts connected. Pump operator from hydrant, are you ready for water? He comes back with hydrant from pump, send me water. So now I go through and I open. Guys will talk about counting the number of spins and stuff like that. I wouldn't really worry about it. Get it to the point where you meet resistance and then stop. Okay? If it's a self-draining hydrant, then that means that your holes, your drain holes at the bottom have been covered. And you've got water coming up the barrel because now your plunger is pulled away and water's flowing around and up the pipe. Okay? If it's a self-draining hydrant. If it's not a self-draining hydrant, water's flowing anyway.
If you don't pull it out all the way, it'll start draining and going out as well.
Right. If I don't open that valve up all the way with the self-draining hydrant, it leaves those drain holes partially open. And now I've got pressurized water pushing out of those drain holes. I can create a cavity around that hydrant pipe. If I create that, a big enough one, your hydrant and pipe are going to drop out of sight. Or potentially could drop out of sight. If you create a big enough cavity, it could drop out.
So basically all or nothing when you're opening it.
Exactly. All the way open, all the way closed.
Does that happen? Like in Winnipeg?
We don't have any draining ones.
Oh, okay.
They all have to be pumped out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They're
So
all
whenever, at wintertime especially,
all
we have to phone Waterworks and
Figure
say,
-40,
hey,
they'd all be
use the hydrant in front of this address.
yeah, they're all
Yeah.
Winter community.
No, he just said they were all- They have to be pumped out.
When I took out of the ground, it fucking frozen.